article, they claim that perfectionism is a normal human habit and it's a construct of having high goals for one endeavor and striving for high standards. And when they don't achieve those high standards, they have high levels of discrepancy, and that can be very chaotic because that high level discrepancy develop low self-esteem, and they poorly judge themselves, which can lead to depression. Discrepancy refers to one's actual performance and one's standards, and there's two factors of high order of dimensions of perfectionism, which is one is maladaptive, which is the unhealthy version, and two is the adaptive, which is the healthy version. And individuals with normal perfectionism, not neurotic, tends to derive pleasure from their own work, which is a flexible manner, and they are satisfied with whatever they have, no matter what they finish with. But they're still perfectionists. Neurotic perfectionists, though, are unable to receive pleasure from their own work, and so they rarely feel good enough for their own work or good enough for themselves, and that leads to a high level of anxiety. Higher achievement and achievement motivation also connects to the normal or the adaptive dimensions of perfectionism. The method in this research shows that the participants were 123 students, and in total 38% were juniors, 12% were sophomores, and 50% were seniors, and they were ranging from 14 to 21 years old. Majority of them were white. They did a work and family orientation questionnaire, which valued three factors, which is mastery, work orientation, and competitiveness. And they also evaluated the GPAs of the students, and they also did an APSR scale, which is almost perfect scale revised, and that also studies the standards, order, and discrepancy of the participants. In this research study, it shows that the data collected were self-report measures, and it also shows that the high standard correlates positively with GPAs. And having high personal standards shows that you have good work ethics and high achievements and work habits, and you strive for perfection. And they easily go into depth about how having high standards shows that you work harder. And now I'm going to go back and forth with the whole increase decrease. So when you have high standards, your depression decreases, and when your standards increases, your self-esteem also increases, and when your discrepancy increases, your depression also increases. So students who have high standards, they have higher achievement levels, higher self-esteem, and their lower level depression, and compared to those people with lower standards. And one effective way, apparently, to prevent people with poor achievement or academic performances is to educate them to not put themselves down, and reinforce positive behavior, and most the word positive reinforcement, and to prevent such methods to be too perfect or to put them down. And a limitation would be it was a voluntary basis type of research, so it's not generalized to the whole population.